A man coming off a great rookie year. It's Dameon Pierce. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. 36 yards on the play.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Okay, break.
1st down, they go right back to Pierce. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. That is caught by Dell. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, for the Ravens, Charles, starting 2023 here at home, you know, for a long time, the future of Lamar Jackson seemed to be kind of up in the air, at least in terms of would he be a Raven. But number 8 is out there, and you can bet that makes a lot of folks happy here in Baltimore.
Starting with Lamar Jackson, who wanted to be a Raven. He didn't want to be anywhere else. Second, how about the head coach, John Harbaugh? Now they'll just retool the offense a little bit, trying to expand upon the talents that Lamar Jackson brings to the table and find their way back to the Super Bowl.
No, we changed it.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 43 yards. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot of procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Stroud out of the gun here. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They run with the former Buffalo Bill, Devin Singletary. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 22. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through or 2 minute drill when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Ready?
2nd and 6 from the 10. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Here's Pierce trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Ready?
They'll run for it with Pierce. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3rd and goal, Stroud. Flush to his right. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tank Dell. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Second and 10. Here's Stroud. That's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Stroud on 3rd down now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to them and trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there. I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Jackson now. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A 63-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Oh, what a move. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Texans.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
On first down, here's Stroud. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ready, ready.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will knot us up at 10. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Here we go. Here we go.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. He's got it to Collins, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 48. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They go play action with Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Let's go.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up, throwing the football, and opened up the running lanes. defense, and when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone, and that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Now Stroud. He gets this one to Mechie. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's Stroud. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Play action. It's Jackson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this is good. It was running kind of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
The
For almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Throwing now is Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught downfield by Mechie. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 36 yards on the play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he's got this down to the 35. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Pierce now up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And Stroud now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Stroud. Flush to his right. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Stroud now on 2nd down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Mechie, the man in motion. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning
yeah,
it?
I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free. That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Report! Go. Get up!
There he goes, right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
Now Lamar changing the play. This time Jackson will throw it. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
They go play action now. Jackson. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Tucker's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Report!
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Stroud off the play fake. Rolling to his left. That is caught by Dell. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Buying time to his left. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
The throwing again is Stroud. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back.